once said, "Good is the enemy of great." If all that you strive for is good enough, how will you ever achieve greatness? The efforts led to this. Every rep, every drill, all the work unseen will be worth it. Because right now, the eyes are on us.
Blow the check up, detonation, kill them one by one, final destination, top my destination, I got guardian angels all around it, that's deflecting Satan, I'm a motherfucking champion, this right here the anthem, I can't dap you without hands saying, I don't know your dirty ass hands been. I wake up to like 100 texts, championship team, but we can't cut the net, she all off in my jersey looking underdressed, I'm finna buy this bitch a Honda CRX.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another girls basketball game here live on Mustang Media. I'm Grant Canodal. Joining alongside me is Dan Wolf. Dan, tonight the Red River Rough Riders coming to town, taking on the Cheyenne Mustangs. Cheyenne coming off of a loss last Friday, was it, against Davies Eagles, looking to rebound after that one. The boys in that doubleheader, coming out on top. They're on a 5-game winning streak, so some success going along with them. But this girls team is looking for a rebound effort after their drop game against the Davies Eagles.
Yeah, and this is a really tough back-to-back for the Cheyenne girls. Davies and Red River have been two of the perennial powerhouses in Class A or Class now Double A girls basketball for probably the last 8 to 10 years, and so Cheyenne being a little short-handed, Calvin Fosher hurt, and having to go up against these two really tough programs, it's a big ask, and then having to do it on back-to-back games, even more so.
Red River, like you said, perennial powerhouse in the EDC. They're led their main scorer Jocelyn Schiller, who had a phenomenal year last year and is a returning senior here and now. She's going to play a big impact. This whole team, though, can score, can they not? Yeah,
they can really fill it up. And this is a little bit of a different team as compared to, say, Davies. Davies shot the 3-ball really well against Cheyenne the other night. But Red River has some size, and if you watch girls basketball at all in North Dakota, they love to press. And Jossie Schiller is the one that's out at the top of that press and just makes you work really hard to take care of the ball. And if you get sloppy at all, they'll turn you over and they'll get going for some quick baskets. But a much bigger team than what Davies is. Currently, Red River is outside the top 5, which is kind of a strange scenario for them, but they are still receiving votes in North Dakota. A lot of the power right now is out in the western part of the state, with only, I think, Fargo Davies cracking the top 5. But when Red River and Davies met a couple weeks ago, Red River came out on top.
You talked about Schiller, that scrappy play, the hands-on defense, but on the other side, you have someone like Brenna Dick who can do just the same, and the defensive. The way she's able to jump passing lanes, play active defense, one of the best defenders in the EDC.
She really is, and her and Jossie Schiller both are, and both just have such great court awareness. They're able to anticipate passes. As you said, Brenda Dick does a great job of getting hands in passing lanes, picking the pocket of ball handlers, especially near the top of the key, which leads to quick transition opportunities and some easy looks for her. And so I'm sure that's what Coach Ripplinger will want to happen tonight, see if they can get her off to a fast start. And when that happens, it's usually bad news for the opponent. So for Cheyenne, it's take care of the ball. You're going to see that press. I think as those passes are happening, especially anything to the middle, cross court, you have to come and meet the ball. You can't stand and wait for it. Red River is, they played this press for a lot of years, so they know exactly how to operate it. They've seen probably every press breaker that a team could run against it, so they'll be ready for it. So Cheyenne, take care of the ball.
Right.
And, obviously Brenna Dick's the one that shoulders the majority of the offensive responsibility. But even though you're down Callan Fosher, even for Brenna Dick, don't do more than you normally do. Someone will find a way to step up, but you can't sit and try and force that issue, not against a good defensive team like Red River. So take what the defense gives you, crash the boards, and be good in transition D, I think, is going to be the keys for West Fargo Cheyenne tonight.
You talked about Red River's size. Cheyenne has someone no better to combat that. The 6'4" Cora Metcalf, one of the tallest players in the EDC, will help out with the size problem that Red River poses.
Well, and, Cora's going to have to be very active on the boards tonight, especially on the defensive glass, try and eliminate extra possessions, extra opportunities for Red River on their offensive end. And then I think she has to be a factor on the offensive end. Whether that's just through some post moves or hanging around and seeing if there's some way where she can get some offensive rebounds and some putbacks in that way.
Callan Fosher is out tonight with that broken elbow after slipping on some ice in this terrible North Dakota winter. But one couple people I need to see step up in this one, and that's Evie Seavold and Zoe Keene, especially with this fast play that Red River poses. Yeah,
it really keeps you on your toes, both offensively and defensively. The speed that Red River likes to play at, and they like to speed you up offensively and to goad you into some bad decisions. But you're right, Zoe Keene's going to play a crucial role in handling the ball and really protecting it, making sure that you don't throw bad passes, you take care of it. For Seavold, you're always so torn. How much do you expect a freshman to do? We saw her come up big with a game winner early in the year, but it's hard to expect a freshman to do that routinely.
Right.
I think you just need to expect her to try and fulfill her role,
sure.
And have others step up and do what they can to fill some of that gap. What it does is probably more than anything is it affects your rotation, even if it doesn't affect a whole bunch offensively or things like that.
Right.
Callan Fosher often would spell Maya Metcalf,
Cora Metcalf
in the post. Well, now that means Lucy Greenwood or someone else has to, and it just upsets kind of the rotation that I think.
The flow.
I think something that Cheyenne had kind of settled into, like, okay, this is how it's going to look, and now that's kind of turned on its head and will be that way for a while. So, again, hope that someone steps up, but don't ask anyone to try and do more than what they're capable of.
Right.
Just do what's asked, follow the game plan, and that's probably going to give you your best opportunity to be successful.
It all comes down to just doing your role in the basketball game.
It is.
And being okay with that.
Yeah, and execute.
Exactly.
And that's all anyone can ask you to do at any time against any opponent.
All right, so as the band is playing on, Mini Mustangs lining up with their older counterparts, we're going to head down to the half court for the national anthem, but we will take a quick break and be right back.
It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future. And if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
I think what makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You could ask them for anything and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
Mustang fans, we want to thank Essentia Health for being the proud partner of our Cheyenne High School's Mustang media team and this broadcast. Essentia Health, care close to home. So in this one, early on, a good showing from the Red River fans, good showing from the Mustang fans. The band's always here, and that's always pleasant.
Yes. You know, this is that time of year that, you know, competition really starts to heat up across the conference. And one thing I was talking to Coach Wingenbach a little bit earlier in the evening before the game was, you know, I was talking about playing for seeding and things like that. You're going to expect probably some rough patches and some uneven games when you're missing one of your starters and affecting your rotation. One thing that Coach Wingenbach told me was, you know, because of the shift to the 3-class system, there's only 9 teams now in the EDC. So it's only those bottom 2 teams, the 8 and 9 seed, that will have a play-in game. And certainly right now that does not look like it would affect Cheyenne. And even if Cheyenne has to go on the road in that first round of the EDC tournament when the higher seed hosts, he said it looks like it would be somewhere in town. It might be to Shanley, or it could be, you know, against North or whoever. So it's not like, he said, it's not like we have to go to Wapaton or we have to go to Devil's Lake or anything like that. You know, you would figure it won't be Shanley or Davies, or I'm sorry, Red River or Davies. So he wasn't so concerned about that. Again, I think, you know, just the idea that getting everyone to play, you know, follow the game plan and play with the way that they're capable, that's what he was hoping for tonight.
As we see, we got Evie Seafold, the freshman, and Zoe Keene, the sophomore, in the starting lineup in place of Callan Fosher.
And I think Bryn Bishop returning to the starting lineup without Fosher here. So it is a little bit of a smaller lineup than what Cheyenne traditionally runs out there with Fosher. But Red River, you know, their biggest player, their main post player is going to be Ella Spidell, and she's a 6-foot sophomore, and 6-foot sophomore, and that's really the height that Red River brings to the table. So Cheyenne still with Cora Metcalf's going to, you know, have an advantage on the glass, certainly, but it's going to be, you know, games like this, a lot of times it's going to be the small things. Do you do the small things right? Boxing out, following your shot, you know, going after, you know, if you have to dive on the floor for those 50-50
those hustle
balls,
plays.
yeah, you know, those are the things that are going to, you know, put you over the top.
Confusion down there. Oh, cheerleader left a thing of her pom-pom on the floor. As we head down, that'll be Metcalf and Spidell to jump.
So starting for Red River will be Litzinger, McQuillan, Schiller, Spidell, and Weipert, and they're going to come out with a little man action to start things off.
Keene's first shot, no good. Pulled down by the Rough Riders. Schiller with it, guarded by Dick.
And she's the one that makes things go. You know, it's always fun to watch 2 really talented players go against each other, and that's one of the things we just saw right there from Schiller that she does so well. Changes speed, changes direction, and really just gets players leaning one way or the other. And here's that zone press that we talked about. They'll just be very active up there. Probably not the full intensity that we're expecting to see throughout the game. And there they do force a turnover right away the first time that they apply it, and a chance to increase their lead.
McQuillan with it, guarded by Dick. Passes off to Schiller. Weipert drives baseline, kicks out to McQuillan. Swings it all the way around to Litzinger. Litzinger's shot, no good, pulled down by the Rough Riders.
Good position by Weipert there. Had the inside position on Seabald, unable to connect.
Schiller dribbles all the way back out.
She's not afraid to dribble through traffic and handle that.
McQuillan 3, no good.
And that's one thing McQuillan does, is she shoots the 3. And if she gets hot, that could be trouble for Cheyenne, but for now, a chance to pull even.
McQuillan and Schiller returning starters from last year as Schiller gets that turnover.
Just
Again, active hands.
such active hands, you're right, Grant, all the time. But there's something you don't see very often as Bishop sneaks up on Schiller and pokes the ball free.
Pump fake, Dick goes in that floater. Deep floater, gets down to fall. Schiller drives back in, is guarded by Keene. McQuillan 3, yes. McQuillan gets her scoring started off with a 3. First 3 of the night for both teams as Keene brings it up. Good move there.
That's one thing, you just can't let yourself get stuck in bad positions. You got to keep that ball moving. And we
Metcalf 3.
And it
High
drops.
bounce
Wow.
and drops. Shooter's touch there.
There it is. And there's that transition that Red River is so good at. You can't take time to celebrate or let off the gas when you're playing defense against them, that's for sure.
McQuillan tries another 3. Now just short. Long rebound. McQuillan ends up with it. Schiller guarded by Bishop.
So little 2-3 zone look here from Cheyenne. There's Spidell pulls the trigger, and that's the type of thing that I mentioned, Grant. You know, after she took that shot, easy opportunity for Cheyenne to gain rebounding position. No one did. Spidell, good job of following her shot and is able to pull up and score.
Bishop feeds down low to Metcalf. Metcalf goes up and over, and she gets down to fall. That's where that 6'4" height advantage, even over a tall 6 foot, which is tall in high school, girls high school basketball, but that's 6'4" reach.
And what I really liked about what Cora did on that particular possession was she kept that ball up high. So often we see posts, any size post, they always want to put that ball down on the ground, and we know that's where the guards with those quick hands are going to be poking at it and trying to kick it out of there. And so that was a really good job by Metcalf, just keeping the ball up high and able to get that shot off.
Nickerson's 3, no good. Pulled down by Seavold.
Nice job.
Keene drives in, puts up a floater off the backboard, no good. Pulled down by Spidell. Schiller drives in left side, kicks out. 3 ball, no good. Litzinger gets the rebound, but her pass is intercepted by Dick. Dick driving in that left side.
And there's that quickness from Jossie
Schiller.
And 1-on-4 she attacks. Probably not advisable, but when you're an all-state player, you kind of go, well, maybe that's okay.
Dick with it, drives in, floater, left side, good.
So Cheyenne starting the game, shooting very well from the perimeter, and that's going to be a key for them to continue to stay in the game and hang around.
Schiller dribbles around, pulls up from 3, and nails it.
You just never are quite sure what she's going to do, but she's so dangerous every time she makes a decision.
Mustangs able to break press.
Keeping that ball moving, that's exactly what you need to do.
The ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Red River's ball, that high zone entry pass. And when you're playing this type of defense,
I don't think
sucks everybody in.
Yep,
and you can kick
I
out.
don't think that was a bad look.
No.
Seavold didn't make it, but they kept the ball moving, kept Red River having to continue to shuffle. And eventually got to a point where Seavold had a good look. She just wasn't able to connect on that one, but I would guess Coach Wingenbach would be pleased with that particular look. So Barker and Alex Staus on the floor for Red River as we see a little floater of her own there for Schiller, unable to connect.
Dick in transition, pulls up deep 3 from Dick. No good. Pulled down by Schiller. Schiller dribbling around traffic here. Drives in left side. Euro step. unable to finish, but an offensive rebound by Barker. Kick out pass to McQuillan. McQuillan's three is good. And a timeout taken by Coach Wingenbach and the Mustangs. Mustangs trailed 9-13, 12:01 left here in this first half. We'll be right back. This broadcast is sponsored in part by Touchmark at Harwood Groves, a full-service retirement community complete with a health and fitness club, offering fitness classes, personal training, and more so you can stay active with your grandkids for years to come. Visit touchmarkfargo.com to learn more.
So in that timeout, you know, this is just a guess, but Red River's going to make some shots and things like that. I think what probably Coach Wingenbach was maybe most upset with is the number of second chance opportunities that Red River has already been able to get.
Yeah, we saw 3 or 4 of those.
We've seen 3 or 4 offensive rebounds, and when you're playing a zone, that really should give you the offense or the defensive rebounding position that you're hoping for to control the defensive glass.
Dick Euro step finishes.
Again, Cheyenne shooting it fine from the perimeter. They're just giving Red River too many second opportunities. McQuillan almost traveled there, but gets a dribble going before she drags that pivot foot.
Schiller up top. Hands it off to Staus. Back to Barker down low. Kicks out Schiller. Schiller pump fake, drives, pull-up jumper. Good. So 11-15 here. Mustangs with a 4-point deficit. Keene brings it up the near side. Hands off to Seavold. Cross court pass to Dick. Dick, another deep three. This time, again, no good. Pulled down by the Riders.
I think Brenna's starting to get frustrated that she hasn't been able to connect on one of those yet. But, you know, good shooters just keep shooting. And there's some nights you shoot it well, and some nights that you don't shoot it as well. But, you know, Cheyenne certainly can't afford to see her get frustrated or just, you know, to quit shooting or anything like that. You know, you're going to miss some shots in the course of a game. I think it's a question of taking, you know, good quality looks when you have them in front of you.
Feed down low to Metcalf, unable to rein that one in, but passed out Keene, no good. Offensive rebound for the Mustangs, and Dick drives in and finishes with that floater.
Good transition there. Yeah. Just got out a little bit ahead of Zoe Keene, and Keene's going to pick up the foul on that one. That's 8 minutes in almost, and that's our first team foul, so pretty clean game to this point.
Bergeron and Hartz in for the Riders. Liv Jung coming in for the Mustangs, taking out Zoe Keene.
Not going to see very often that Jossie Schiller leaves the floor. Kind of the same way that you're not going to see very often that Brenna Dick leaves the floor. I think that one Seavold got a hand on.
They're going to say no.
Yeah, I think
no.
Seavold got a hand on that. That was pretty well off the mark. I'm sure Staus was saying, hold it.
Please.
I don't want that to go on the record as being a miss like that. That had to have been tipped at some point.
Riders able to get it in.
Yeah, and then you got to be careful because
quick move by Schiller.
You got to know where she is.
Darn near perfect from that mid-range.
Well, and that's, you know, it's a good play in that, you know, she recognizes what's happening. She's a very smart player, and she sees that opportunity is there for her and takes advantage of it. Good job by Brenna Dick keeping that alive. Again, no need to force anything.
Mustangs are moving the ball around pretty well.
Yeah.
Schiller guarded by Nickerson, passes off. Back to Schiller. Drives in that left side. Good find down low.
And that was, she got Cora Metcalf to commit. As soon as Cora committed and came over to help, she dropped off that pass. And Cheyenne Seaval just a second late on rotating over on that weak side for help. And there's just not a lot of margin for errors. We see Jung with a little floater. Good job by Metcalf.
Unable to connect on that one, pulled down.
But still, that's the type of play
Bergeron.
you're going to see from, you're going to have to see from Cora Metcalf all night.
Cross court pass to Staus. Back to Hartz. Ball tipped around a bit.
That's going to go off of Hartsey there. She was the last one to touch. So
Keenan Bishop back in for Nickerson and Seavold. 8:40 left here in this first period. Mustangs able to bring it across half court. Good find to Metcalf. Metcalf shot short. Good offense rebound by Dick.
And I think that's, yeah, I think they're going to say that the shot clock someone had reset it, but it had not touched the cylinder. So down to 13 now on the shot clock. Still plenty of time for Cheyenne to get a decent look, but it just Metcalf did not touch the hoop with that. So an inadvertent reset of the shot clock.
Under 10 to go here. And that ball goes through the hands of Jung, out of bounds. Riders ball. Dick picking up Schiller.
Still the 2-3 look.
Corner three from Hartsey. That one
high
bank off the backboard, and she gets that one to fall.
Well, I'm going to guess she did not call that, but they count the same regardless.
Bishop with it. Ball's tipped by Schiller. Again, we see those active hands by Schiller.
Yeah.
She's right back up, pushing pace to Hartsey.
Good
Dish
find
down low to
inside
Spidell.
to and that was really quick release. No hesitation by Ella Spidell. That was really well done. No chance for Cora Metcalf to react and get close to her. And there's a pass at the feet of Jung.
Now
and
going out of bounds.
Yeah, Coach Wingenbach's going to take another timeout. Just starting to get away from Cheyenne a little bit here.
Mustangs trail 13-26, 7:33 left in this first half. We'll take a quick break. Be right back. Mustang fans, this broadcast is proudly sponsored by Apex Engineering Group, professional consultants serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota communities and public agencies, designing solutions to your infrastructure needs. If you set the bar at competence, how do you reach excellence? Find out at apexenggroup.com. Quick reverse layup from Schiller.
Cheyenne got bunched up there. They got too close to each other as Schiller continued to bring the ball up the floor, and once she got past that group of four, that was trouble. Good answer by Zoe Keene on the floater there. Transition coming here from Red River. They like to just keep going.
Metcalf intercepting that pass. Hands it off to Keene. Keene bringing it up. Again, active hands by Schiller.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
And it's just that quick, you know. Cheyenne was down by about 6 or 8 points, and now all of a sudden it's grown to 13.
Metcalf's three, and she's on one. That's her second three of the ball game.
And there's McQuillan. That one's off.
Unable to answer right back, but an offensive rebound and a quick foul there by Jung. That's her second team foul for the Mustangs. But again, you saw that. Maybe Jung a little slow to turn around and box out on that one,
yeah.
And it ends up in the hands of Schiller with an offensive rebound. that's what you talked about early on, is just those offensive rebounds you have to limit.
Yeah, you just can't give them, second and third possession opportunities every time down the floor. They're a really effective team as it is, and if you continue to give them, there's another one where good position there by Litzinger, unable to connect, but she had position on Brenna Dick.
Keen with it. Yep.
And even though Red River isn't a really big team, they do rebound it very well. Spidell open on the backside. No one saw her. Mistimes the rebound there, and this one.
McQuillan, wide open three and gets that one to fall. Again, offensive rebounds, those second chances. We saw that with the Mustang boys against Jamestown that one a couple nights ago. Quite a few nights ago, actually. But, again, they pulled away because of those second chance opportunities. As Keene pulls up, no good.
That's a rarity. You don't see anyone getting a hand on the ball and forcing a turnover from Jossie Schiller very often.
Seavold Nickerson in for the Mustangs. Under 5:30 here left in this first half. Mustangs trail 31-18. Keene able to bring it up. Hands it off to Nickerson, guarded on the wing. Cross-court pass to Seavold. Seavold tipped. Mid-shot. That'll go right in the hands of Jocelyn Schiller. Good backdoor cut. Good find by Schiller.
Good floater over the top of Cora Metcalf.
And McQuillan scores.
So this is danger of getting away from Cheyenne here. They're down 15. And that's going to be a foul on McQuillan there with a little hand check on Brenda Dick. But, this is so often what we see, Grant, in girls and boys games when that team gets ahead by about 15. If you're the team that's behind, you just got to try and keep it within about 10. Maybe you can whittle it to 9 or 8 before halftime and feel like you have a chance. But, you just have to make sure that you don't let it get out of control completely.
Ball tipped out of Seavold's hand. That'll be Ryder's ball. Good look there for Metcalf. Maybe brought it down a half a second, got a hand affected that one. Quillen with it. Hands it off right back to Schiller. Schiller drives in. This is off.
Dick got a hand on that. Shot clock did not reset, so 5 to go on the shot clock.
Jocelyn Schiller's shot no good, pulled down by Dick. She's fouled.
I think that one might be on Weipert there as Dick came out of there.
Correct.
So it looked like Cheyenne going to maybe a little triangle and two type of look there or something, as it looked like Seavold was at least chasing Spidell around. There was some zone play going on as well. So just trying to keep it exotic and give us something for Red River to think about as Metcalf double pumped on that pass and lifted that pivot foot. That's a turnover for Cheyenne.
Hartzine Staus back in for the Riders. 33-18, 4 minutes left to go in this first half. Litzinger hands it off to Schiller. Schiller, good move on Seavold, unable to get that to fall. Ball tipped around a bit, and another offensive rebound for the Riders. Litzinger's shot is good.
That's just going to hurt you. And
another timeout taken by Coach Wingenbach.
Going to take another one.
Wingenbach a little frustrated there with those second chance opportunities.
And, I think you don't want to burn through all those timeouts, but he knows that if you let this team get out of reach, there's no way to reel them back in. And so that means you have to burn through all your timeouts before halftime. That's the short answer is how many do you use? As many as it takes or as many as you have. And, again, with Red River, you're almost doubling up the Mustangs here at 35-18. We said you've got to feel like you have a chance to come back. You've got to see if you can dig into this, maybe get it down to about 10 points or slide under double digits, and then you feel like you have a chance in the second half. But if you're unable to do that, if Red River pulls away here, gets up by 20 or 25, then it's kind of a done deal at that point. That becomes incredibly tough to come back from.
And what I'm noticing a little bit is this Mustang squad, they get it across half court just fine. They're doing well handling the press, but once they get it across, it's almost like not a panic, but a little confusion on, I get the ball now. Good, they're passing it around good.
They're moving it well, but no one they look to be looking to pass instead of facing up at the basket and at least becoming a threat. Looks like they're more content just to keep moving the ball, and I think then it gets to a point where Brenna Dick feels like, well, somebody better do something with this, and she often is the one that has to try and make something happen.
You know, our church ball team had a little bit of that issue Friday night.
There's good move in there. That's
what you need.
Nothing wrong with that look.
Good offense rebound right back to Dick, and Dick nails that 15-footer.
And that's what happens. Red River's been doing that to Cheyenne, keeping the ball moving or dribbling through and making Cheyenne adjust defensively. And because of that, there's another pick of Jossie Schiller. Or I'm sorry, that one was Hartsey as Brenna Dick scores. But if you can keep that defense moving, then that gives you the preferred position on the rebounds.
Hartsey on the wing, back to Schiller. Cross-court pass to Stouse. Good high entry feed. And Spidell nails that one. Dick brings it up near side. Metcalf tries another three of her own, no good. Pulled down by Schiller in transition with it. She goes in, heavily contested, and is fouled by Keene. She'll go to line to shoot 2.
I don't know if that's the shot he wanted with, it almost seemed like Cora Metcalf realized, hey, I'm right here at the three-point line. Maybe I should give this a look. I think you want to see if you can get something better than that if possible.
Spidell's first shot is good. In for the Mustangs is Liv Jung.
And Barker in for Red River. So that was Zoe Keene's second foul. Coach Wingenbach going to the bench, trying to make sure that she does not pick up a third before the start of the third quarter. So that means a little adjustment here on breaking this press. Cora Metcalf also going to sit down.
Leia Jackson in for the Mustangs.
AJ is going to be in.
Again, Dick brings it up. Right back to Nickerson. Good find, high entry. Right back to Dick. Dick drives in, puts up a floater from the free throw line. No good, pulled down by Spidell and the Riders. Schiller, floater. She's fouled. She'll go to shoot 2 again.
I think that was Jackson on that one, picking that up.
4 team fouls for the Mustang.
So Red River just keeps coming at you in waves, and you know, that wears on a team not only physically but mentally as well.
Right.
That, you know, it means you never have a chance to kind of catch your breath out there mentally, never a chance to give up at all, you know, and just kind of rest a little bit. You always have to be sharp because they're always pushing, especially Schiller. She's always pushing the tempo. You know, and I think for the most part, and I don't know that we've seen Red River's a trap here or anything like that, but, you know, aside from very early in the game when Cheyenne turned it over, it hasn't really been an issue since, as Nickerson's long on that one.
Good. It'll stay here, Mustangs ball.
But Cheyenne has handled the pressure okay.
Right.
But it's getting quality looks consistently.
And they're moving the ball well, too. That's not the issue either. It's as we see that ball tipped around a bit. Cross-court pass to Seavold. Right back to Jung. Jung drives in, puts up a floater, and that one's good.
Keep that ball moving. Ooh.
Stouse with it. Yeah,
Stouse was open for a second there, and Schiller thought about it, but holds up. Nice find to Barker right there at that high post. And I think that one's going to, I was going to say, I think that went off of Litzinger.
Turn over into the hands of the Mustangs here. Right back to Nickerson. Nickerson bringing it up. Hands it off to Dick. Seavold drives in, puts up a floater of her own, and she gets it off the glass. Again, we see Staus in transition.
Yeah.
You got to account for her,
Oh.
but that's a hard foul as she went for that reverse layup. She'll go to line and shoot 2.
As I said, Grant, they keep pushing it. They keep pushing it, and they're all so well trained to keep that tempo going and look for that long pass.
And I think you're right. It might even it wears on you physically, but it might even
I think
wear
it's
on you
more
more mentally. Yeah.
You know, you can run, you're in good condition and all of that, but it's just like you never have a chance to just mentally
It's frustrating.
take a breath. It is, because they just keep coming, and you kind of feel like eventually, does it ever let up?
So that was his second shot. Is good. 48 seconds left here in this first half.
And, of course, they know how much that frustrates opponents, and that's why they keep doing that.
Keene down low. Metcalf. Nickerson in the corner, right back to Metcalf. Good ball movement there. Dick puts up a floater from the line. She's fouled. She'll shoot 2. We're going to call Barker there. That's her first foul. 3rd team foul for the Riders. Dick's first shot is good. No good. In and out.
The announcer's curse still alive.
Held my breath on that one, and the second shot is good. So under 30 seconds left here. Riders lead 42-27. Barker down low. Good find. Back out to McQuillan. McQuillan 3, and McQuillan's good. Her 3rd or 4th 3 of the night.
Yeah. And that's what she does. And she's so good at finding those soft areas as that one goes out of Jung's hands. Again, we talked about Cheyenne having to take care of the ball and too many unforced errors, bad passes, those sorts of things. As Schiller's going to get a decent look there.
Second shot, no good. But again, another offensive
rebound by Litzinger. And we don't have obviously access to the stats,
Correct.
but I would be really interested to know how many offensive rebounds Red River had. I would almost venture to say Red River had more offensive rebounds than Cheyenne had defensive rebounds in that half. But the end result, Grand Forks Red River leads Cheyenne at halftime 45-27. We're going to step away, be back with some first half analysis, and bring you action from the second half.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
At Touchmark, we really take an input from both the community, our residents, and also our team members.
And there's something for everybody. It runs the gamut. You have the freedom to participate or not, as you choose.
I personally like to play bridge. I like their book club, all the concerts that they have, the music almost every day. We like everything that's here.
And you find it here.
Every day is a different day. It's really about developing programming that is meaningful and beneficial for everyone.
There is no off-season for greatness. You do what it takes to stay in the game. And so do we. Our commitment is to keep you moving forward. Essentia Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. Like nowhere else.
Touchmark at Harwood Groves is located in South Fargo, North Dakota, on a 14-acre garden-like setting, and we have everything from cottages to apartments, a health club, activities. We tend to take groups of residents out downtown, which is just a very vibrant and growing community. The easiest way I can say it is we are going to treat our residents the way that we would treat our best friends. That's what it feels like, and that's what I love about my job. It feels like a family.
Touchmark is a place where you can really be yourself. It's a complete family atmosphere from the residents to the team members to the community.
There is just such a homey feeling here.
The energy and the positivity, I think, is what's really important. You come in, you feel like you're part of a family, you're building a relationship, you're building friendships.
We feel very blessed to be here at Touchmark.
It's incredibly important to create that family atmosphere, which is what Touchmark really values.
I chose a career in manufacturing because I wanted to come into work and not be at a desk all day. So with my role, I get to be out on the floor and working with other people, and then come back to my desk and try and solve some of the problems that they're facing.
When people look at a manufacturing plant, they mostly just see line work. But there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that allows you to explore different kinds of network interfaces or problem-solving situations. There's machines and computers and human interface devices that are constantly being innovated into a manufacturing workplace.
The best days at work are when you get to solve the problem, or when you finally get that aha moment and you know, okay, like this is gonna be it, like this is what we've been thinking about, this is what we've been hoping for.
Knowing that I'm a part of building something very unique and important, that just makes me very proud.
What does it take to make fitness part of your lifestyle? It's intention, it's commitment, it's resilience, it's just who you are. You put in the time and effort to stay active. Our expert orthopedic and sports medicine providers also put in the time and effort to invest in new methods and treatments. Whatever you do to stay active, we are here to keep you moving. It's just who we are. Orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because this, it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition that comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
Hi, I'm TJ Yoshi here at Marvin headquarters in Warroad, Minnesota. The Lake Town way of life is appealing to so many people.
We've got a thriving school system, coffee shops, breweries, restaurants, and hockey is the hub of our community. We're probably the last place left in Minnesota where hockey is actually free.
The way Marvin supports the town supports Marvin is awesome.
There's opportunities for you, work hard, self-educate. The sky's the limit here at Marvin.
Mustang fans, Essentia Health is proud to be the premier partner of Mustang Media, working with Cheyenne High School to make a healthy difference in the lives of the students and the families we are privileged to serve. Essentia Health, like nowhere else. So Dan, me and you were talking, or you and I were talking, if we're being grammatically correct. You and I were talking over the half. We obviously outlined Schiller's play and how she's so athletic and how that quick, active hand. Phenomenal offense, as always, but that quick, active hands is frustrating.
Yeah, she just doesn't have a lot of weaknesses.
No, exactly.
She brings it on defense, she brings it on offense, and she never seemingly takes a play off.
But we were talking about how that quick play, that press, that trap, not even so much the press and the trap, but that quick turnaround offense that this Riders team is playing is wearing down and almost frustrating this Mustang offense. You see it with some of the shot selections, even with the Mustangs. It's almost little out of frustration, don't you think?
I think so, and again, like I said, I don't know if we've seen the A press yet from Red River, and I don't know if we'll see it tonight with them being up 18.
Right.
But it's always there. It's always at the back of your mind. You have to take care of the ball.
Sure.
You have to double check every pass. You have to get back in transition D. You have to be boxing out. It never lets up. And so that's what wears on a player mentally. It's not that physically it's that difficult, but you have to be sharp, and you have such a small margin for error with a talented team like this. So Cheyenne going to start with a little man-to-man here.
Schiller with it.
Or perhaps a little triangle and two.
Right back
I'm to
Schiller.
call it triangle and two.
Whatever you say.
That's what I'm after. And they get it open, and, that's the thing. You let people like Weipert, you don't let McQuillan shoot, and you don't let Schiller shoot. And if you can get everyone else to be the ones that beat you, then so be it.
Good defense there by Weipert.
Metcalf putting that on the floor and then bringing it up right into the wheelhouse for Weipert, and that's what leads to the issue. So little triangle and two here as they're chasing McQuillan, and they're chasing Schiller all over, and they've gotten Red River to take some bad shots here.
Right. Speidel's shot didn't draw iron, but again, we almost saw an offensive rebound even on that one as McQuillan gets the turnover here, goes in with that left hand. No good. Long rebound pulled down by Keene.
Yeah, and that one, that's kind of that freshman inexperience for Sebald, thinking she was in the clear and not really having an idea where Schiller was at the time. She's going to go to the line to shoot two here, and Speidel's going to pick that one up, her first foul of the game. Have you noticed, Grant, it seems like the floater is becoming contagious among the Mustang players. It's kind of the go-to shot for Brenna Dick, and we see more and more players shooting that running floater.
We saw Keene shoot one, Sebald shoot a couple. We saw
Jung
shot one.
Yeah, it just seems to be kind of what's happening.
45-28, Riders lead, under 17 here. Speidel with it up top, hands it off to Schiller. Schiller Wing 3, and she's good.
And nothing wrong with the defense that Zoe Keene was playing there.
Better offense by Schiller.
That was a good job. Brenda Dick picks up her dribble. Not advisable, but Cheyenne's going to get away with it. Bishop loses that one, though, off her leg and out of bounds. So turnover for the Mustangs as they're down 20 with 16-14 to go here in the second half.
Schiller bringing it up at half court. Hands it right to McQuillan. Back to Spidell. Keene guarded Schiller here. Finds Wiper up top. Good move there.
Good D by by Zoe Keene.
Better D. Good find there. McQuillan to Spidell, and Spidell gets that to fall.
And that's what you do when you have a triangle and two like Cheyenne is playing right now and chasing McQuillan and chasing Schiller. You don't want those other players to have to shoot threes. You just try and find them good looks, easy opportunities as McQuillan releases a three there.
No good, but a long offensive rebound, for the Riders. Spidell pulls up, no good, pulled down by Dick. Seavold bringing it up near side. Cross-court pass to Keene. Keene drives in that left side, hands it right off. Dick, 3, no good.
And here they are on the run, and there they find Spidell for an easy. Oh, missed it. The announcer curse remains, but I didn't think it would be for layups. That was an easy look. That one, Spidell sitting there kicking herself for missing the easy bunny on that one.
Trust me, Dan, I know how that one feels. You had me 8th grade basketball, and there were a couple of times where that may or may not have happened.
Well, Grant, you are in the top 2 of Canodal kids that I've coached. So you have that going for you.
That's and how many Canodal kids did you coach?
Well, 2.
But
that's not the moral of the story. You're in the top 2.
At least I'm contending for number 1.
That is true. It's nice turnaround there from Ella Spidell. And so now a little more active pressure is I think we're seeing Red River maybe starting to go for some of those passes that they let happen. You know, kind of, again, it lulls the team into thinking, well, these are safe passes. We've been getting away with them the entire game. And now Red River turning up the heat, and I think they're kind of going for that knockout punch, see if they can get this up to that 30, 35-point range.
Dick's floater, no good, pulled down by Schiller. Again, the impressive transition speed is Schiller's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Just maintaining that dribble. Number 1 job on defense always is stop the ball, and that's just so hard to do. And when you don't get the ball stopped, she just continues to dribble until you commit defensively and she drops it to a teammate, or if no one comes to help, she gets to the basket. And now this time she's going to get to the line as Zoe Keene picks up her 3rd foul, and that's probably going to get her some time off the floor as we see Jung and Nickerson in for Bishop and Keene.
Snowson Barker in for the Riders. Schiller has their 2nd shot. 2nd shot automatic. 2 of 2 from the line. Timeout taken. Mustangs trail 28-54 with 14:09 left in the second half. We'll take a quick break. Be right back. Good work by the Mustang cheerleaders down there. Mustang fans, we're lean, we're efficient, we don't complicate things. This keeps us focused on offering clients the best possible solution. Apex Engineering Group, there is no B team. So the Mustangs are down 54-28 here in this second half, 14:09. We saw that fast pace. We saw the Riders pick up the intensity on the press. What do the Mustangs need to do? What is Wingenbach talking about in this timeout?
I think, you stick to the fundamentals. I think you walk out of this saying, okay, let's hold it here. Let's maybe reduce the lead by a little bit. At 26 points down with 14 minutes, you're not planning on a comeback to win. But, you know, if you're going to see Red River again this year, you're going to have to figure out how to handle this press. And so that's the type of things, just knowing what the right way to approach this is. We see McQuillan get a steal there and then get fouled by Cora Metcalf.
Oh, yeah, certainly they're going to see Red River again, maybe in the regular season.
Well, the regular season for sure, and then
EDC
maybe again
tournament,
EDC tournament, and you've got to figure out how you're going to do this. And, you know, of course, Coach Wingenbach hoping that Cheyenne would be at full strength and have, you know, the players on the floor that he would most like to have and those sorts of things. But there's a good job by Dick catching up and getting a hand in the passing lane. But I think that's what you talk about is, look, we've got a plan. This is what we're going to do, and we have to figure out a way to make this possible.
Dick gets a hand on that one, pulled down by Metcalf.
See, and that's what I think you have to do. Nice find there for Jung on the other side.
Unable to get that to fall. It goes out of bounds off of Riders. Player stay. It will stay here.
I think teams too frequently want to pass their way through this zone press, and Red River knows that. And so I think the problem is there's no rule like, hey, if we keep passing the ball, we're fine, or if we keep dribbling the ball, we're fine. Right. Each situation is unique, as we see again that tempo.
That was quick in transition for the two.
And what you got to do is figure out, okay, you know, so this is good job by Brenna Dick. You dribble and make someone commit until you can find someone to pass it off to. Good take by Cora Metcalf, and I think that's certainly a positive to take away from tonight, that Cora Metcalf has played really well. But there again,
good left-handed shot from McQuillan.
You can't run with your back to the basket when you're playing Red River. You have to have a head turned, a head on a swivel at all times to know what's going on, to be aware of where the other players are. And you kind of get conditioned into that over time where you think, okay, I run back on D and I turn around and face up and figure out what's happening. That just doesn't work against Red River. You have to hustle back, but also know where the players are as you're getting back on D.
Schiller drives in.
Good up and under move.
She gets that to fall. But I like what you said about, you know, you got to dribble in, make some commit. Because if you get two people on you, that means there's got to be someone open. Missing. Yep.
You know, and so you look, you don't dribble into those danger zones. You don't pick up your dribble just over half court or in a corner and those types of things. But you can't be afraid to dribble and survey what's going on. Make Red River commit. When you throw that pass without them having made a commitment, that's when it leads to trouble.
Seavold and Greenwood in for the Mustangs. Hartsey and Bergeron in for the Riders.
So Red River continuing with the 2-3-D. Little zone look here.
Dick loses a handle on that one. Who else? Jocelyn Schiller comes up with it.
And that's, how many times have we seen that pass ahead to Staus? Staus great at running on the break in transition.
Dick pushes pace, no good. Pulled down by Barker.
Good hesitation by Schiller.
Good athletic finish by Schiller.
Yeah.
Another turnover by the Mustangs in the hands of Bergeron. Hard foul there on Staus.
That was Brenda Dick who picked that one up. But again, just believing that you can pass your way through is not going to make that work. You can't dribble through it and you can't pass through it. It's going to take a combination, and you need kind of heady players that see, you know, they have to all be on the same page.
Archie's three, no good. Pulled down by Jung. Seavold bringing up the near side.
Now there that was good recognition that there was danger ahead, and that's how you get through this.
Pass up to Greenwood. Back to Nickerson on the wing. Dick tried cut there, no good. Seavold corner three, in and out. Pulled down by Barker. Leads up to 30 for the Riders as Schiller drives in, kicks out. Bergeron 3, no good, out of bounds, Mustangs ball. Keene coming in for Dick. Keene having to play a little more cautious there. She has 3 fouls. Nickerson guarded by Schiller, brings it up.
There you go. Make someone commit.
There you go.
And now you can break through that.
Jung puts up a baseline floater, no good. A little quick on that shot. Pulled down by Bergeron. Riders looking to set something up. Keene applies pressure to Schiller. Schiller on the wing, thought about it. Pulls up on the elbow. No good, pulled down by Greenwood. Keene, good moves on that. Hands it off to Nickerson. Jung on the wing, guarded by Schiller. Hands it off to Greenwood.
You got 5 people standing around the three-point arc, and, you know, yeah, three-pointers are worth more than 2, but there's no one working the inside with Cora Metcalf on the bench.
Active hands by Jung, and she's fouled. She'll go to line to shoot 2.
But with no one working the inside and no cutters coming through, all it is a pass around the perimeter. Well, Red River's going to start laying in wait for some of those passes. You have to have someone working the interior.
Jung's first shot is good. McQuillan and Spidell in for the Riders. Benedict checking in. Looks like for Jung. Metcalf coming in for Greenwood. 62-33. Mustangs trail, 9:37 left in this second period. Jung's second shot is good. Dick will check in for Jung. Mustang fans, we want to thank Essentia Health for being a proud partner of our Cheyenne High School's Mustang media team in this broadcast. Essentia Health, care close to home. Quillen on the wing, dribbles in, hands it off. Schiller directing traffic up top. Nickerson almost got a hand in that one.
Benedict saw it was just a half-second slow. She saw the pass was coming. Schiller did a good job of using her body to shield Dick off of that pass and forces Brenna into committing the foul there. That's Brenna's second.
4th team foul for the Mustangs. Both teams at 4 fouls. Schiller gets a screen. Pass to McQuillan. Good find down low to Spidell. McQuillan tries a floater. No good. Pulled down by Metcalf. Pass down low to Metcalf. Back out to Seavold. Seavold 3. In and out. Pulled down by Spidell. Schiller brings it up. Drives in that left side. Kicks out. McQuillan 3. No good. Pulled down. Offensive rebound again for the Riders. Spidell tries a 2. Another offense rebound. Good find down low to Bergeron.
Great job by Hartsey. Dropping that pass off, and the key is that's a bounce pass situation. That's going to send Bergeron to the line.
But again, we sound like a broken record, but another offensive rebound. That was 2 extra possessions, 3 possessions total for the Riders. That really hurts the Mustangs. Then you get frustrated, not only because they're so quick back to offense and transition, but when they're so quick and then they get 2 extra possessions out of it, that drains you as well.
Right.
Bergeron's second shot, in and out. Pulled down by Metcalf. Nickerson drives baseline. Caught up a little bit. Good defense there. Pass out of the reach of Keene, able to get it back. but passes it right back to Bergeron. Bergeron brings it up to Schiller. Schiller, her pass is
hustle
intercepted by
Cora
Metcalf.
Metcalf there.
Dick, deep three. And Dick, almost from the volleyball line, connects from three.
Coach
Timeout.
Rippling are
Yeah.
going to take a timeout this time. So we'll do the same. Red River leading Cheyenne 63-37. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm TJ Yoshi here at Marvin headquarters in Warroad, Minnesota. The Lake Town way of life is appealing to so many people.
We've got a thriving school system, coffee shops, breweries, restaurants, and hockey is the hub of our community. We're probably the last place left in Minnesota where hockey's actually free.
The way Marvin supports the town supports Marvin is awesome.
There's opportunities for you, work hard, self-educate. The sky's the limit here at Marvin.
Mustang fans, we want to take this time to thank Apex Engineering Group, who helps make this broadcast possible. At Apex, we build confidence before we build anything. Find out more at apexenggroup.com. So over that timeout, we were looking at scores. Minot leading, was it Mandan 29-8? They're number one in the state in boys and girls. Both those squads are looking dangerous this year.
They really are, but of course the Cheyenne boys
winning 5 straight.
Had an opportunity, had 2 or 3 looks at a three-pointer to push Minot to overtime early in the season. So, yes, definitely Minot is a really good team, but Cheyenne, at least early in the year, played them really tough here at home.
Spidell, jumper from the free throw line. She's fouled. She'll shoot 2.
Zoe Keene turns around in disbelief. Can't believe she's the one that committed the foul. That's her 4th with 7:24 remaining here in the half. See if Coach Wingenbach decides to leave her out there or replace her for a little bit later.
First shot is good from Spidell. But like you said, that boys Mustang squad, they're talking to some of them in the hallway. Granted, they're all high school males, so they're going to be a little confident. But I think there's a good confidence among that team, especially coming off those 5 straight wins.
Well, in a big win against crosstown rival Davies, and again, Davies playing without Mason Clable right now, but you don't apologize for any win that you're able to come away with, and Cheyenne is playing very well. They're receiving votes. They were number 5 in the state earlier in the year, and they continue to receive votes. So I think that's an indication that shows you how much the coaches believe and the sports writers believe that, hey, this is a pretty good squad.
Well, I think it's been shown now they really have their flow and that confidence. But, yeah, it's the flow they play with and doing pretty well.
I really liked what Cora did that last time. Got that rebound, kept the ball high, went up quickly, too quickly for the defense to adjust to it, and draws a foul as Weipert picks up her 3rd, and Cora goes 2 for 2 from the line. That's what we'd like to see Metcalf do consistently, game in, game out. Because you don't coach 6'4". 6'4" shows up for you.
It's pretty hard to coach.
It is.
Schiller drives in. Tries to find, who was that?
I think that was Litzinger.
Pass goes out of bounds. It'll be Mustangs ball. I assume many coaches tried to teach you how to be 6'4"?
They tried.
Failed.
And failed miserably.
Mustangs able to break press, gets it across. Seavold throws that one away into the hands of Litzinger. Good move by Schiller. Back up to Hartsey on the top. Schiller on the wing. Looking to set something up. Find an open 2 from the free throw line. That was
for Spidell. Yep.
So again, the Riders backing off maybe a little bit on this press. Mustang's able to get it across. Dick forced to put up a floater, and that'll go out of bounds, but off the hand of a Rider player. So under 6 minutes here. Riders are up 66-39. 27-point lead here. And again, another turnover by the Mustangs. That one goes out of bounds off the hands of Bishop.
Took her eye off the ball for just a second as she saw Hartsey closing out on her, and then the ball got on her too quickly and she was unable to handle that pass. Cheyenne back in their standard 2-3.
Schiller from 3. No good. An offensive rebound, though. Spidell puts that second chance shot up and gets that to fall. Keen's pass out of the reach of Metcalf end up in the hands of Litzinger. Schiller drives in, right back out to Spidell. Spidell living on that free throw line, unable to get that to fall.
I think we're starting to see a little of that tiredness here from Cheyenne, just the mentally tired, trying to keep everything together. And looks like Coach Wingenbach getting ready to clear the bench there as Keene misses everything. And so we're going to see a little bit of it here as we see Lucy Greenwood, Emma Karpinen. Who else do we have coming in there?
We got Nickerson. We got Seavold.
Jung is on the floor.
Excuse me, that is not. And Seavold's already on the floor.
That was Jung that came in, not Karpinen. Good job by McQuillan tracking that one down.
Schiller again with it. Dribbles around. Gets a screen from Barker. Back to McQuillan. Schiller up top. Thought about it. McQuillan puts up a right-handed floater. Bounces around. No good. Pulled down by Jung. That pass is intercepted. McQuillan in transition. Staub with it in transition. Goes up. No good.
Staub going to the line here.
First shot, no good.
As Red River starting to clear the bench as well. Now in for the Mustangs. Olivia Hansen.
And Emma Karpinen. Stop. Second shot is good. 28-point lead for the Riders. Under 4 minutes to go. Stouth. Cross court pass to Byron. Byron dishes down low to Flanagan. Flanagan gets that one to fall, excuse me.
Tipped out there. I think Emerson Byron got a hand on that one, tips it out. Karpinen looks to inbound this one. Up top to Seavold.
Seavold drives in, puts up a floater short. Long rebound pulled down by Staub. Hanson back to Staub. Forces that one out to Karpinen. Back out to Seavold. Seavold drives in, puts up a deep floater, no good, pulled down by Byron. Byron on the wing. Cross-court pass. Back to Staus. Good find down low to Bergeron. Good defense, though, forcing a shot from Schock. Second chance effort from Flanagan. She'll go to line to shoot 2. Greenwood picks that one up. That's her first 7th team foul for the Mustangs. First shot from Flanagan is good. Britton Olsen checks in for the Mustangs.
For Seavold.
Jacobson and Fargo in for the Riders. Flanagan's second shot is good. She's 2 of 2 from the line. Olsen bringing the ball up. Finds Greenwood back to Staub. Staub's 3, no good. Back in the hands of Schock. Jacobson back to Schock. Flanagan on the elbow. Riders move the ball around well. Jacobson moves in, shoots, no good. Pulled down by Staub. Hansen on the wing. Pass back to Staub. Finds Karppinen. Hansen thought about it, no good, and that pass is out of the reach of Olsen. Taken by Schock, dishes down to Jacobson. Jacobson goes up, and one opportunity for Jacobson.
So Red River's reserves, same type of activities, same intensity, same active hands, doing a good job. You can see that defense is coached at all levels.
Yep. Bjorn and Tollefson checking in for the Mustangs. Hansen brings it up. Good fight down low to Karppinen.
Find.
Good move by Karppinen. She gets the right-handed shot to fall. Rems drives in, hands it off to Fargo. Back out to Jacobson. Byron puts up a floater, no good. Almost gets her own rebound. That's number 22, Shea Panos.
And
jump ball.
Gonna go to Cheyenne.
Minute to go here. Mustangs trail 75-42. Reserves are in for both squads. Olsen up top. Back to Hansen on the wing. Karppinen fighting for position down low. Cross-court pass to Bjor. Bjor tries a 3. Just short, pulled down by Byron. Rems on the wing. Back to Byron. Feed down low. Kick out to Jacobson for a 3. Off backboard, no good.
And that Red River does not have to take another shot here.
Shot clock is off. Good move there.
Good step under there.
Fargo shot no good. Pulled down by Hansen. Under 15 seconds here as Hansen dribbles it up. And as the clock winds down, the Mustangs will end up losing this one. 75-42 in a game dominated by that quick play of Jocelyn Schiller and the Rough Riders. So that's all for this one. 75-42, Mustangs end up dropping this one against the Riders. Like I said, quick play by Schiller. Good defense, but all around, Schiller played phenomenal. But a good team win by this Riders.
Well, and that, obviously Jocelyn Schiller is the one that makes everything go.
Right.
But everybody knows their role. Everybody plays their role really well for Red River.
And they play their role very quick.
Yep. And, to me, the difference first half was the offensive rebounding, the number of second and third chance opportunities that Red River was able to procure for themselves, and that just made it really hard, you knew coming into a game against such a skilled team, you didn't have a huge margin for error, so you couldn't afford to give up those opportunities.
Right.
I think there were some positives that came out of the game. Cheyenne moved the ball pretty well, and even when they went through a couple rough stretches with the press, but by and large they handled it not terribly. Cora Metcalf was very
Played
active
well.
offensively, and that's going to be important moving forward. So I think there are some positives to build on, but until you get your full complement back and you get everybody in the role that you want them to, there's just going to be, as we said, some uneven, choppy nights. Some nights you're going to play really well, and some nights you're going to struggle. And you just kind of have to weather this storm until you can hopefully have everyone back healthy near tournament time, and that's what's really most important. And hopefully you find some players that step into some roles that kind of show, hey, I'm ready to take that next step. I'm ready to be a player that can be counted on every night, and hope for the best until it gets near tournament time.
I like what you said about that Red River squad. They kind of just wear away and grind on you. None of them hit. None of them went off on three. You saw McQuillan hit some big threes, but nobody was lighting up necessarily specifically from three. It was long possessions, grinding you out, getting an offensive rebound or two. And that's ultimately what led to them pulling out on top. And like you said, this Mustang squad has some good things to take away from this. We saw, like you said, Metcalf playing well offensively. They moved the ball well. Overall, things you can take away from both sides if you're the Mustangs, good and bad.
Oh, absolutely. And I think Coach Wingenbach will look at the tape and he'll say, okay, this is, he may ultimately decide, we're not even going to look at this. We knew what we had to do, and we talked about things in game and at halftime and move on from there. The great thing about the regular season, especially at this time of year, you got to have a really short memory. You got to just kind of put these things behind you and worry about your next opponent and go on from there. Speaking of an update from Red River, Grand Forks Red River boys 92, West Fargo Cheyenne 77. So the Riders defeat the Mustang boys by 15 in Grand Forks, and Cheyenne was the number 5 team in the state now, and they lose one up there. Not sure exactly what happened up there or anything, but so a sweep for the Riders tonight against West Fargo Cheyenne. We'll be back on Thursday.
You will be. I
will be.
It'll be
against another Grand Forks team.
Correct.
The boys this time hosting Grand Forks Central on Thursday.
In this one, the Riders come out on top, 75-42, coming into Fargo. Don't forget to like. I forgot to tell you this last time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on the notifications on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at Mustang Post, Instagram at Mustang.post, and I guess for your generation, Facebook aspect, Mustang Media on Facebook.
Do we have a snail mail?
I don't
address?
know.
Okay. I just
no MySpace either, like you like to say.
Well, I guess that's where we're at.
All right, for Grant Knodel,
I'm Dan Wolf.
Have a good night. Thanks for watching.
It was once said, good